"Step aside, old man, you're ruining the mood." The voice was loud, sharp, and dripping with disdain. Heads turned. A group of young men, muscular and cocky, all wearing matching gym tanks and smug grins, loomed over an elderly man seated at a corner booth in a quiet roadside diner. The man, clad in a worn-out navy blue jacket adorned with faded service patches, struggled to rise from his seat. His left leg was absent, replaced by a metal prosthetic. His right hand trembled slightly as he reached for his cane. Yet, he said nothing. He didn't shout, didn't defend himself. He simply looked down, as if he'd been in this situation before, as if he had already learned that speaking softly often goes unheard. Across the diner, no one moved. Not the staff, not the other patrons, just an uncomfortable silence and averted gazes. The young men laughed louder, reveling in their performance. Then, without warning, a chair scraped. From a booth near the window, a man in a crisp leather jacket and jeans stood slowly. He appeared to be in his mid-50s, but his posture was impeccably straight. His eyes remained steady as he stepped forward, no words, just deliberate movement. The atmosphere in the room shifted around him, the energy changed. He didn't confront the bullies. Instead, he walked directly to the disabled veteran and stood beside him, shoulders squared, back tall. Then he looked down and gave a subtle nod. Without asking, he took the cane from the man's hand and gently assisted him in standing. The bullies ceased their laughter. One of them sneered, "What? Are you his bodyguard?" Still, the man remained silent, but his gaze locked onto them, and something in his silence made them flinch. Another attempted a chuckle. "What's this? The army of broken toys?" A waitress gasped. The standing man reached into his jacket pocket, pulled out a small black wallet, and opened it just enough for them to see. Military ID, but not just any. "Colonel, United States Marine Corps." The air grew tense. The laughter vanished. He didn't need to speak. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't even frown. He simply looked at each of them one by one, with the eyes of a man who had witnessed real battlefields, buried real friends, and carried the weight of sacrifice on his shoulders longer than they'd been alive. And they crumbled. One of them muttered, "We were just joking." The colonel raised a single eyebrow. That was enough. They grabbed their energy drinks and slinked out like rats from a kitchen, not even stopping to pay. No one stopped them. No one had to. They had already lost. The diner erupted in quiet movement. A few people began clapping. A cook peeked out from the kitchen. The waitress wiped her eyes, but the colonel wasn't interested in attention. He sat the disabled veteran back down and placed the cane gently beside him. Still silent. Then he reached into his wallet again. This time, pulling out a card, he slid it across the table. "For when you need someone who understands," he finally said. His voice was calm, deep, like thunder that knew how to whisper. The veteran nodded, eyes filled with something too profound for words. Gratitude, relief, dignity. The colonel walked back to his booth, sat down, and resumed his coffee as if nothing had happened. But everything had. Later, the waitress approached. "That was incredible," she said softly. The colonel shrugged. "He's done more for this country than those boys ever will. The least I could do was remind everyone what honor looks like." And that was it. No speech, no lecture, just one man standing up for another. Sometimes the loudest statement is made in silence. Respect isn't demanded, it's earned. And when honor walks into a room, cowards always reveal themselves. If this story touched you, consider sharing it with others to spread the message of respect and honor.